An election cycle that featured protests, a pandemic, and long lines of people waiting to vote.
Concluding in conference rooms, people are counting ballots one by one. This is what democracy looks like.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win.
Each ballot must be counted, and that's what we're going to see.
Both candidates continue to insist they're the next president. Only one can actually hold office.
The count's almost over, the recounts are coming, and the million-dollar question, who is our next president, might not be answered for a long time.
Well, tonight the count is Biden 253, Trump 214. Those are the official numbers from ABC News.
6 states remain too close to call tonight, so let's quickly update you on all of them. Georgia first. Georgia's heading for a recount, according to that state's Secretary of State. Joe Biden leads there currently, but it looks like the margin of victory will be within half a percentage point, and the president can request a recount in that scenario.
The standard is the same in Pennsylvania, where Biden holds a slim lead, and in North Carolina, where the president leads right now. Then to Arizona, there is only a recount if the final vote is separated by 1/10 of a percentage point. Biden currently leads by more than that.
Now, Nevada will allow any election loser to request a recount as long as they put down a deposit to cover the cost, and Biden is leading in Nevada.
And the only other undecided state right now is Alaska, but as we've been telling you all week, that race is only undecided because of the speed of the count. Right now, the president has a comfortable lead. So what is clear is that we are not going to get a tidy result in 24 hours, and this is going to be a slugfest, and the courts will probably get involved.
Denver7 political reporter Megan Lopez is here. Megan, Republicans are making more claims of fraud tonight.
And they are, and many of those allegations, like ballots are like ballots being found in dumpsters in Georgia, they've been debunked. But there are still plenty of other claims coming out that are being vetted, like a claim that more than 3,000 ballots in Nevada came from out-of-state voters. All of these come as the Trump team mounts a legal defense.
Georgia remains too close to call.
With an air of anticipation but pleas for patience,
Every legal vote is counted and recorded accurately.
polling places in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada continue to count ballots. A painstaking process that has the country on the edge of its proverbial seat. But even before the counts are done,
today we announced that the RNC has deployed legal teams in 4 states.
The RNC asked the Supreme Court Friday to block late votes in Pennsylvania and have those ballots separated and not counted until there's a resolution, something Pennsylvania is already doing. In Michigan, a judge on Friday denied the Trump campaign's efforts to stop counting ballots in Wayne County. On both President Trump's campaign website and the RNC's page, a call for donations, each claiming the left is trying to steal the election and saying the funding can help fight it off. Something
I'm going to donate $500,000 tonight to President Trump's defense legal fund.
Big-name Republicans like Lindsey Graham are promising to help with. Meanwhile, the president's son, Eric, called for people to report voter fraud on Twitter. His daughter, Ivanka, reiterated that only legal votes should count and illegal ones should not. And the president himself asked where the military ballots from Georgia are. ABC has also learned that the Trump campaign is expected to name Dave Bossie to lead the legal challenge to the election results. He's the head of Citizens United. Over on Joe Biden's campaign page, a request for donations to counter the Trump team's potential lawsuits. With the election reaching the endpoint, the legal challenges are just ramping up.
And just within the past hour, the president took to Twitter again, saying that Joe Biden should not claim victory, saying there's still a lot of legal proceedings underway. It comes right before a big speech from Joe Biden in really just about an hour or so, Ann.
That's right. And Megan, we talked about the states that are still counting, but recounts are possible in other states too, right?
Yeah, and that's right. In most states, it depends on how close that final margin is and whether a recount is actually requested. But you need to keep an eye on Wisconsin. The reason being is because the Trump campaign has indicated that it might request a recount there. So that's something that we're going to have to see if they go ahead and follow up on, Ann.
The fun continues. All right, Megan, thank you so much. And the uncertainty around the election is taking a serious toll on retail. Consumer spending dropped 12% on Wednesday, the day after polls closed. That kind of drop is not uncommon. In 2016, consumer spending dropped 14% the day after the election. After the 2018 midterms, it dropped 6%.
We've got a society of highly anxious, insecure, emotional, battered consumers.
In the past, spending has rebounded for the holidays, and this year a slow start combined with low sales during the pandemic could put some companies out of business.
All right, we have some breaking news this afternoon. Adams County has just announced a curfew from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. It starts Saturday night. This, of course, is a response to these rising COVID cases in Adams County. And the mayor of Denver announced a home by 10 order today in response to the surging cases. Not calling it a curfew, not a stay-at-home order, but you do have to be home by 10 o'clock beginning Sunday.
And this new order cuts into businesses already hit hard by seemingly constant changes in restrictions. Denver7's Liz Gilardi joins us to explain more about this. Liz?
And Mayor Michael Hancock said we're on a dangerous path, and this is yet another step in an attempt to curb the rapid spread of the virus, but he did stop short of calling it a curfew. Back when bars closed at 2 a.m., this used to be the perfect spot to grab a late night drink or snack.
We're a service industry bar, so all of the restaurants around town, when they close, their bartenders, their cooks, their servers, they all come to us to have a bite to eat and a drink to unwind after work. So our busiest time 7 days a week was 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
The Milwaukee Street Tavern is missing out on those customers during their busiest time. For the past 2 months, they've been open until 11 o'clock, serving food after alcohol sales stopped at 10. But now they will have to shut their doors an hour earlier.
The extra hour does hurt us.
We're on a very dangerous path.
Denver Mayor Michael Hancock announced another effort in an attempt to avoid a stay-at-home order. Instead, a home by 10 order goes into effect on Sunday. Businesses can't help but worry about the future if cases continue to go up.
We were worried that there might be a full shutdown again and we would only be able to do carry out. I mean, I guess best case scenario for today was that it's just a mandatory 10 p.m. curfew, but still that's going to hurt us.
Do you need a bag?
It's not just bars and restaurants. All liquor sales stop at 10 o'clock.
We have about 600 different varieties of beers.
At Hugo's Colorado Beer and Spirits, the owner expects he will feel that change the most on Friday and Saturday nights.
It's going to affect Friday and Saturday night. I'm more concerned about employee hours than I am about sales itself, because people will adjust their sales.
He's also wondering what will happen if this new order isn't enough to curb the spread.
Any kind of stay-at-home order, especially around the holidays, that's our busiest time of the year.
And this order is in effect for the next 30 days except for Thanksgiving, but Mayor Hancock today encouraged people to only gather with those in your household, avoid large gatherings, and keep it in small groups. Reporting live, Liz Gilardi, Denver7.
Thank you, Liz. 1,041 people are in Colorado hospitals right now with the virus or symptoms of the virus. 10 additional deaths were reported today. Now, one bit of encouraging news, more than 100 patients have been discharged within the past 24 hours. Almost 3,500 more positive tests came in today. 1 in 11 Colorado hospitals anticipate an ICU bed shortage in the next week.
Boulder County and Broomfield County both moved to safer at home level orange today. That means fewer people in businesses. Jefferson County moves to level orange Monday, and at the current pace, several metro counties could be under a stay-at-home order within weeks.